This is much nicer. Y'all just have a seat wherever you want to have a seat, and I'll position myself wherever.
I'm the one going to be talking.
Okay, that's fine. Still want us not to be in the sunlight.
Don't bother me, so.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Before we get started, Rhonda Lawson, River Rat News, been covering the meetings. I really don't know what's happening. I got bits and pieces, but I want to ask you one question before you get started. Have you been paid for this interview or otherwise coerced in any way?
No.
Has anybody offered you anything or any special privileges for this interview?
Nope.
It's strictly voluntary on your
Yes.
part. Excellent. Go to it if y'all are ready.
No, give us a second.
Okay, give them a second.
I eat.
And if you have any documents,
KORTZ.
K-O, when I wrote it, I was script.
KORTZ.
You're the current chief, correct?
No,
Okay.
I'm a captain. I was a captain until a month ago when he demoted all of us.
Okay. Former cap. Correct, to do it that way. Former cap.
Yep.
how long have you been with the fire department?
With New Hope, I've been with them 9 months. South Pittsburgh Mountain, I've been with them 19 years.
Okay. Were you ever paid or
Nope.
compensated?
Nope.
So why are you over here? I mean, why were you over in New Hope?
The chief said he needed an engineer to run his trucks. I know how to run trucks. I come over and run them for him.
Well, what are we doing today, Robbie?
We all resigned from there.
How many?
2, 4, 5 of us today. I don't know about. One
Had-
more couldn't make it today. I'm pretty sure he was with. On 6 total, 6 total.
Okay, and how many did you have to begin with? In the
Eight.
roster? On the roster?
Yes.
Can you explain the reasoning for resigning today?
For one, we're here to help people. It was less than a month ago, we got paged out to a fire out on the interstate. We got to the interstate, my truck got there first. Before we got there with my car, because we don't like taking that many cars on the interstate, I had 3 guys in my car. We got called back and told us we was all fired if we didn't get back over here. We couldn't put the fire out on the interstate. That right there, to me, is uncalled for. I'm here to help people. I ain't here to say who I can help, who I can't help. And I've been told they don't have insurance. He can't show us insurance that he has insurance on us.
On
On
the,
the trucks.
And
I
we're
started
saying
saying
he is who?
The mayor. The mayor's the one that called us.
Mayor?
I don't know his name. Mark. Hey, what's the mayor's name? Yeah.
And you said you've worked on the mountain for 19 years. You've just been working here for 9 months.
Yes.
You know, kind of like comparing the 2 experiences. Just what about New Hope has made it, so much worse in comparison to where you have
They
to
won't.
take
They won't tell. They won't tell you anything. They don't have a gear for you. I had to take my own gear from South Pittsburgh Mountain and come out here and respond. He don't have no new gear whatsoever. He don't want to buy no new gear. In the last meeting they had this month, he says that he had all the trucks registered. I got proof right here that says that all the trucks are not registered. The last truck they bought is still registered in the fire department, and it's still running for that fire department that had it.
I'd like a copy of that when we start to
Yeah,
leave.
I don't care. It ain't mine. Don't have it. We already made copies of ours. Y'all take
That's
pictures.
what I want to
whatever
do,
you want
yeah.
Did
Oh,
you
I
guys
need
have
to get the
benefits
clip
or
off of it.
anything?
No, there ain't no benefits.
Voluntary,
It's
right?
all volunteer. I do have heard over the years, if you get killed in the fire, the state helps your spouse out or something like that. But other than that,
Yeah,
no,
that's
you don't have no benefits of that. We don't have none of on the mountain or anything. It's all strictly volunteer.
And is that one of the also reasons for resigning tonight?
No, but I'm still volunteer up here. I'm captain up there. I was captain out here. I'm still in that department up there. And we just had our monthly meeting, and 2 of the firefighters over yonder, I've had 3 of them come up here to join my department. We had our monthly meeting, and we got insurance. Everybody show you our insurance papers at our meeting. You ask to see the insurance papers, we're going to show them to you. But he will not show us those insurance papers.
What kind of insurance are you talking?
Workman's comp,
Workman's comp.
insurance on the trucks.
Somebody better pick those up before they blow
And
everywhere.
how much does that normally cost the town?
I know for a fact on our department up there, it's between $9,000. It's between it's almost $9,200 a year. I don't know the exact figure. I know it was $9,100 some dollars. I just can't remember the figure, but it was
That's
almost
to
$9,200.
insure how many trucks?
That's just work, that's our
That's
workers'
just the
comp.
workers' comp?
Yeah, that's workers' comp. Insure 18 guys.
So I was talking to someone earlier and they said that the mayor has been disrespecting them, calling them profane names. Have you had those experiences?
He won't talk to me. He ain't said one word to me. Cause rest of them don't want to speak. It don't bother me to speak my mind. I'm here to help people.
I have a question.
I got an answer.
You said you brought your own gear from South Pittsburgh
Yes,
Mountain.
ma'am.
The city voted a few months ago to buy 2 complete sets of turnout gear.
Okay,
Were
do
those
that.
ever purchased and delivered?
No, you got 8 guys. What's 2 pieces gonna help for 8 guys?
But that never was delivered in any case.
No.
Was
No.
it paid for?
I could not answer that. You have to go to the city and ask them if it's paid for. I don't have that kind of information to give out.
How long have you guys been planning this?
For a little over a month now.
What's your message to the citizens of New Hope now that they're just finding out that the
They
city?
need to get rid of the mayor and get somebody there that's gonna help people out.
What are the ramifications, worst case scenario with this happening?
You ain't got nobody going to respond to New Hope. They're going to be called mutual aid every time.
I started to say, how's it going to affect the mutual aid agreement? And outline what the mutual aid agreement is.
Anybody
First
know
of
what
all.
the mutual aid agreement is?
Mutual aid agreement is if you're called, you're supposed to go help a neighboring department, but only a chief.
Get called from mutual aid, and our chief has to resign.
How many departments are part of the mutual aid agreement?
All of Marion
that
County.
you
yes.
all are.
Marion
All of
County.
Marion
Yes,
County,
all of
including.
Marion County needs
Okay.
mutual aid.
So South Pittsburgh or Helltown will have to basically pick up every single call until New Hope.
If they get called out by a chief, the chief just resigned. A chief has to call it, or let me back up. An officer has to call it on the scene. He'll be usually the first one on the scene. But another officer, if he didn't show up, and I was an officer, I'd have to call for mutual aid. I've called for mutual aid more than once when I was on the mountain.
So in practice, it's going to be a sheriff's officer more times than not.
I don't know how they're going to get mutual aid called out. I do not know
What are
how.
you gonna tell me? You gonna tell me something? Okay, excellent. I got another question. Let's say there's no workers' comp for you. There's no insurance on your truck, so you've basically got. Does that mean you don't have any insurance when you have been going out on these scenes, even local inside New Hope? And what about the other people that participate in the mutual aid agreement? The
they
other
have-
cities, are they covered? Because you all don't have
New
coverage.
Hope does not have workers' comp. Nobody is covered whatsoever.
So anybody who assisted you all were doing it at their own peril.
Yes.
What do the other fire departments think about that?
If my chief was down here, he'd be raising moral help. We just had our meeting this past Saturday. Our workers' comp runs out August the 1st. We told all of our firefighters if we don't find somebody else to pick us up, because the company dropped us for some reason, I don't know why. But we got to find it by August 1st. If we don't have it by August 1st, we're not going to respond to no calls. We're going to call for mutual aid. You got to have workers' comp to respond to a fire.
And that's at which department?
South Pittsburgh Mountain.
So they're about to be unable to answer.
No, well, they've been working on it for the last month. They got 2
Okay.
candidates right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 2 candidates right now.
They're your 2 closest departments, right? Helltown, South Pittsburgh,
Kimball.
and town.
No,
Kent-
you
is
got
Kent
South
closer?
Pittsburgh and Kimball's closer than Helltown.
Okay.
Have you had any discussions with Colonial Plymouth? Are they aware of the situation? I know that's the biggest industry.
I haven't had one, no.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys went to the mayor about the concerns, but just nothing was done, I guess.
He won't answer all our questions. Every time my chief goes to try to talk to him, he goes out throughout the meeting, and then he makes the chief stay over for an extra meeting. And chief won't let us stay in there because he knows I'll speak my mind, but he won't let me stay. So,
What's the chief's,
Jimmy Haley,
Jimmy Hay?
yes,
Former chief.
former
Yeah.
chief.
Yeah, he is.
Have any idea what they're gonna do now?
No, I do not.
So as of right now, New Hope, how many firemen have they got over there that can respond
I
to
only
anything?
know 2 people still on the roster right now. And neither one of them is certified to drive the trucks. You got to have an EWOC class to drive the trucks. So they're not certified to drive the trucks, so I don't know how they're going to get it done.
Do you think, have you gotten any input from the other fire departments? You think they will come out if they're called?
I have no idea. No, I haven't talked to nobody in the surrounding areas of them, no.
Who's the fire chief in Kimball?
If
Jeff Keith,
Who's the fire chief for the volunteer of South Pittsburgh?
Corey, what's his last name?
Or Comstock.
Corey Comstock.
And Haletown?
Eddie, no,
Freddie
Freddie Barhill.
Those are the three closest. I guess we'll have to go to them for a comment, huh?
That's the only thing I can think of. If they're gonna respond over here without us calling them. But if they get called over here, they don't have workman's comp, they're not covered. Their department ain't gonna cover them.
That's what I was about to say. Will their workers' comp cover them on foreign soil,
I don't
as
think
it
it
were?
will. I don't know how workman's comp works, but I don't think it will.
How do the other members of the city council feel about this, about what's happened?
I don't know how they feel about it myself. 'Cause I
You haven't-
haven't yet made it to a meeting. I was late to a meeting last time. They closed the shop last time Channel 3 showed up. He closed the meeting right then.
Do you know why Channel 3 was here about what they were here about?
They was trying to find out about the insurance stuff. Somebody called and told them about the insurance.
The insurance on you all or the insurance on the
both.
vehicles?
On both. On the trucks and us. They tell safe if one of us get hurt, we got families at home. Our workers' comp needs to pick up. So
Let's-
they still get paid.
Okay. What about the trucks, the insurance on the trucks? What if they have a wreck or something?
They're not covered. If they ain't got no insurance on them, there's gonna be a total loss to them.
How do you know there's no insurance on them?
They haven't shown me no proof. If somebody shows me proof, I'm just saying they're not. He tried to show it to Channel 3, but Channel 3 said she didn't get a look at it at all. He would not show them to her, the last lady that was here.
They just passed the city budget. Do you know if there's anything in the budget for the fire department?
I doubt it.
You don't know.
I do not know. I have not been into a city meeting yet.
It was supposed to be posted 10 days before it was passed in Times Free Press. Have you seen it in the Times Free Press?
Nope.
Do you know if it was even posted?
No, I do not.
Something to look into.
You got anything? Come on over and talk. Get them on. It ain't gonna hurt you.
I'll say so.
We'll say it.
What's your name?
My name's Brandon. I was the assistant fire chief until I got demoted for going to a semi-fire out on the freeway, and the truck ended up pretty much burning to the ground, and we was the first ones on scene. And the mayor called the chief and told him, excuse my language, he said, for you to bring my motherfucking equipment back and my motherfucking man back, or y'all are all fired.
And I know that for a fact. Cause my chief had him on speakerphone, and I heard every word of it. I can vouch for that.
And you know, as much crooked stuff that goes on over there, I think the citizens need to know, what's going on over there. Stuff ain't being done right. And you know, we was once called the Hammer Department of the county. We went over there, it was just me and the chief to start with. And then we ended up having 22 on the roster, and we were everywhere. And then the mayor started his stuff, and then it went down to 7. And it just started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then, you know, you never know. When we get on scene, you never know. It might just be yourself there because he's run everybody else off.
And just talk about just how demoralizing it is. You know, you're out there putting your neck on the line, trying to help the people of this county, trying to save their lives, and you're being constantly disrespected by the person above you.
Or micromanaged. When, you know, I've never heard of him actually fighting a fire. You know? I mean,
We can only do what he says we can do, the way I look at it. That ain't the way it works.
and, you know, in my opinion, them trucks don't belong to him, they belong to the taxpayers. You know? And then you got him out here watering people's cattle with taxpayers' equipment, and then them getting charged for him doing that and their water bill.
Wait, whoa, who gets charged?
The citizens.
So the city's not picking up that charge?
No,
or the people
we
that
have to turn
servicing's
in
not
a-
picking it up? Everybody's picking it
We
up?
had to turn in a water report. Well, we went over one day and the tanker was half full. That was 2,000 gallons of water. Guess what? Taxpayers had to pay for that. And we got one that was on the department that lived over there, and they were complaining about, well, why do I have a $25 extra charge on my water bill? My water bill's never been over $20. You know, not right. You know, that equipment's not used to water cattle, it's used to put fire out. You know, when we become firemen, we took an oath, you know, to save life and property, and that's what, you know, that's what we want to do.
Yep.
So,
I have another question. Speaking of the fire department as a whole, people-wise, and the buildings, there's 2 buildings over there, the old one and the new one. The old one has 4 bays. How much fire equipment, active, functional fire equipment that they could get in and use right now today while we're standing here is in that old building?
ask your mayor to pull that old engine out and see if it'll pump water for you.
There ain't none in that old building, I can tell you that.
No active, functional fire equipment
no
in
building,
that
no.
old building.
No.
Can you tell me what's in that old building?
I've only been in it one time. There was an old broke down truck and turnout gear that's probably 30 years old.
What else is in it? It's got 4 bays.
I only went into one bay.
A cop car and a four-wheeler.
Are both of those functional?
The cop car, other than me sitting on a rollback out here in town, I don't know if it's back over there or not.
Are both of them insured?
Do not know. They won't show us no proof of insurance whatsoever. Now, after all this comes out, he might start showing a bunch of insurance, but he won't show it to us.
Do you think the city has the money to pay these
I know the
bills?
city's got the money. They
Then-
got over $1 million in their damn account.
Then my question is, why is he not doing it? Why do you think he's not doing it? I mean,
Because he's too cheap.
it's not his money.
He thinks it is.
It's going somewhere.
It's going somewhere. It ain't going to the fire department. They ain't had new turnout gear, I know, over 20 years. You can just tell by the looks of the gear over there.
Is there truth that to the rumor that I've heard that turnout gear was offered and refused?
I didn't heard none of that.
Colonial Chemical.
Oh yeah, Colonial Chemicals offered to buy us all new equipment.
Not give the money to the city, just buy the
No, just
equipment,
straight out
donate
buy it.
in
And the
kind.
mayor would not allow it.
I mean, what else could we possibly be funding with that money? I mean, it's not the direction
I mean, what gets me, the guy drives a new truck every end of the year. I mean, in my opinion, I think an audit needs to be done to where it's going actually.
And if y'all gonna get investigated, ask them where all the grant money went for the
For the hose.
COVID money.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
department got COVID money. That department over there haven't seen none of it. I can tell you that.
And then we got grant money to get new fire hose. We got leaky fire hose over there. Where'd that go? Why ain't we got no fire hose?
You got a work order out to buy a new fire hose. You heard that.
Yeah.
Brandon, what's your last name?
I'd rather not give that.
That makes it difficult to use all your comments now.
Gillum.
What you got to do up? You ain't know that department no more. You can't do nothing to us.
Gillim?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that give y'all something to check into. So, just when you approach them, just be careful. It's kind of rude.
He won't talk to y'all. I guarantee you he will not talk to
No,
y'all.
he don't like the media.
Did
That's
he
all.
have an option to come to this tonight and he refused? Did anybody ask him
I
to
do
come?
not know if anybody told him about this or not. I could not honestly answer that.
No, we didn't because we didn't want a confrontation because it would be hostile.
Okay, there you go. We did not contact him.
My bunker pants. I've got them from New Hope. The expiration date on them was 11/99. That's
Do that fall into OSHA guidelines?
no, that's older than me.
Anything over 10 years old.
Anything
has
over
to
10
be
years
replaced.
you ain't supposed to be using.
Okay, so what's that going to do to workers' comp if somebody's using outdated equipment, non-functional equipment, and then they get hurt because that equipment fails? How does that affect the workers' comp if you had it?
You'd have to take that at workers' comp. I could not
They
answer.
won't
If it was
cover
me, if I was doing it, I wouldn't pay because your equipment's out of date.
Yeah, they won't cover it.
But I don't think they'll cover it. But that's just my opinion, though. I do not know. I ain't no insurance agent.
Do you have anything to say to the people of New Hope? The people, not us. The people. Because this is going up tonight.
You need to get the mayor out of there. That you need to get somebody in office that's going to help your community out and buy the fire department new equipment that they need. They got the money in the budget. There's plenty of money in the budget. I know they got over $1 million budget over there. That's in the city hall.
That COVID money, if they don't use it, do they lose it?
I think so, but it has to be used for the fire department. It can't be
Emergency
used on anything else.
Do you think the people, the men
Come on
on
in,
the
come
city
on in.
council,
Come on, we know.
do you think this is gonna be news to the people on the city council? Or do you think they're fully aware of it and,
I could not honestly answer that, 'cause I've never been to one of the meetings. I'm thinking, if I had to guess, I'm thinking, no, they don't know anything about it.
As the outgoing chief, who was the chief, I want to apologize to the residents of the city of New Hope, because we tried, and I want to apologize to them for not being able to carry on what we started, because we had a great team, and now it's no more.
who called you the Hammer Team? Who gave you that name?
Steve Lamb, EMA director, he said we were his hammer team because we had the fastest response time, the most men, and we got it done. We got
And
it
most
done.
of you aren't even from New Hope, are you?
No.
Nobody on the squad lives in New Hope.
What's your name?
I'm Jimmy Haley.
Okay,
I think he lives the closest to the hall right now itself, if I had to guess.
I love New Hope. I love the people in New Hope. They're great people, but they don't deserve what they're getting. I mean, a change of leadership would be sweet, and if they want us to come back, I would go back in a heartbeat with a change of leadership. I cannot work in a hostile environment. I will not work in a hostile environment. And
Have you been threatened?
I've been threatened, cussed, accused.
Oh, he's been definitely cussing. I heard it come over my phone, over his phone when we was going to that fire call out there. I can vouch for that.
Any word you could think of, I've been called. And that's a hostile environment to me. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just me.
And how much is it you get paid?
I was told 800. That's what I was told. I don't know.
Have you ever seen a dime of it? Have you ever been paid anything?
Well, Jerry, I took over in December last year for Jerry Crosby. I got my turnout pay for that. And I asked Jerry, I said, what does the chief get paid over here? He said, $800. I wasn't in it for the money. I've never been in it for the money. Once you get fire in your blood, you're a different person. I mean, we're here to serve, protect, save lives and property.
Just out of curiosity, who is the fire commissioner in New Hope?
I think the mayor took that role when Eric Reynolds, the then commissioner, resigned.
And the police commissioner would be who?
The same, Mark Myers.
So Mark Myers holds all three offices.
But we love New Hope. You can see at one time we had 22 people, and I was the middleman. I was trying to keep shielding the fellas from what I was taking, and there's just so much that I'm not going to put out there as of now, but I wouldn't wish it on nobody. But I've done it for the greater good, which is citizens of New Hope. But that's all I got to say.
Me too.
Thank you. I thank y'all for coming.
Yep, hey, y'all, come.
Thank you.